vendors, or giving our local vendors, paying for it. We didn't ask anybody to give us anything for free on the local end. We supported our business. They gave us a great deal, but Allison came out on her own, which was great.
Any more of those in the hopper?
Yeah, so actually, there's another influencer that deals with, so Allison was family travel, there's another influencer that deals with solo adventure male travelers out of Idaho that's looking at coming in August. And then I'm working with a Vegas TV station about actually, they would like some of our B-roll to show for one of their travel things, and then we're going to try to get me down there to actually get some airtime on the station. So that follows up the East River part of what's been going on.
And finally, final point, exciting one. We have a new video on YouTube of the golf course.
So this is a grant project from Travel Nevada. So they gave us money to go ahead and do this. And we invited David Purdy, who was the videographer for Spirit in Nevada, who did a bunch of great work. He came out on his own and was able to put this together in 2 days of filming. The vibe that we were going for is that our golf course is open, welcoming, friendly, and accessible to all generations. And that it's absolutely gorgeous and it's worth the drive. So.
Golfing here since I was little, and my grandparents, my parents, now I golf here, my kids, so we golfed here for generations. But it's really nice because when you're golfing in the big city, like you say, you have to have the membership, you have to pay a lot of fees for a lot of the places. Here it's super affordable. You can bring your whole family out and golf.
She's
you can
pregnant, by the way.
Come out any time of day. It'll just be a good fun time in the sunshine and the Nevada beautiful weather.
Golfing since I was, in grade school, and Ely's a fabulous place to golf. Blue sky, beautiful views all around you. It's really a good course layout. It's a good course layout. You know, when you're out here in Ely, it is just a nice, relaxing place to be. The pace of life is slower, and the pace of golf is slower too. You can take your time and enjoy your shots. And going from shot to shot, the views are really just gorgeous.
It makes the pro shop look legit. Yeah. All the new carts.
I grew up around golf. My dad being a golf pro, it's something that's kind of been imprinted on me. So now that we came here from Reno when I was 10, it's something that I continue to grow up and be around and everything. And so what the nice thing is, especially talking about family, is that we can raise our daughter around it and she can come and do it. So it's for all ages, not just, like a certain age kind of thing. So everybody can do it. You really have those relationships with people here. So it makes it nice.
And he added the smoke to our logo. Isn't that cool? And I was saying, we haven't done a video since the horse races last year, and I was kind of starting to get withdrawals.
Yeah.
So it was really, really cool to be able to put another video out.
It's a good thing you didn't ask me to be in that. To be like, all right, get a ball in the putt, and like, Try again.
Alright.
But yeah, any questions?
Now, has Travel Nevada seen this?
You guys are the first ones to see it, and then I will go ahead, because we literally just uploaded it, yesterday.
Great.
So,
Well, they should be very pleased. And this
Yeah.
is a grant project that is deliverable.
absolutely, absolutely. And so my last two updates, we're finishing up the contract with Bike Magazine, so that will be, I've been in contact with them, so just wanted to give you an update on that will be getting sent over shortly. And then an update on the parking lot, because it is the orange cone in the room. Met with Terry yesterday, and I mean, every board meeting I contact him and I say, okay, where are we at with the timeline so I can update my board? I tell you what he tells me, and then we see what happens. But he is saying that next week they're going to be finishing the pavement, they're going to be turning the lights on, they're going to be essentially finishing up the project, even to the point of planting the trees in between the light posts. We talked about the crosswalk and the ADA. I brought up your concerns, and so he assured me that everything that they're doing is ADA compliant. And I asked him about the sidewalk and people from the upper parking lot, having to walk around into the street versus having a sidewalk right there and going at that. And he essentially said that what we have for the handicap spots, where they're at, and the crosswalk that'll be there and everything follows 100% all ADA guidelines. And there's nothing for able-bodied people that park in the upper lot that says, you have to provide a sidewalk or you have to, do something like that. I mean, we went over every single option, and I was trying to be the devil's advocate on your behalf to express your concerns.
You're looking at the devil.
And the advocate.
The
What a
advocate
team,
don't
what a
count.
team. So anyway, when you say, you've expressed stuff and we haven't followed up on it, I mean, I follow up on it, and I try to get this information to express it, and I've even said, the cities approved these plans, the cities signed off on it. There is, everything that you've done in regards to changes and modifications over this project have all followed every guideline, in policy and procedure, and he assures me that yes, it has. So that's not to say that, we can't put a sidewalk in, but he was pretty much saying that all the concerns that have been expressed, we are following every ADA guideline for where the project is at. And he said next week, pavement in that spot, trees are going in, lights are going on.
Well, that'll be great to look forward to.
I cannot wait to stop looking at orange cones. I want to see them at Great Basin Interchange. I don't want to see them in my parking lot.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you on that. Is that true?
That we are through. I apologize again for talking so
Oh,
much.
no, that was great. Those are the fun things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Errol. Okay, we're gonna move on to Roman numeral 3, old business. Number 1, discussion only, board member reports. Brian, do you have anything?
Nothing.
All right, thank you. Ian?
It's been quiet lately, so.
Okay. Marietta?
Tomorrow night, 5:30, White Pine Horse Race meeting,
And where's that being held?
Chamber.
Okay. All right, and that would be Wednesday. All right. Thank you very much. And then is that all yours? Okay, thank you. Just to report that, we're really happy to have Q&D Construction in town. Met with them a few times, and it looks like they're really starting with the outfall in Central Ely on the water. And because of the delays with the approval of the project, they will start the actual infrastructure paving of Great Basin Boulevard next year. Because it's a little late in the season to start tearing all that up. So that's where they are at this point in there. I was at lunch at La Fiesta and I saw a piece of equipment going very slowly with a big Q&D truck in back of it, guiding it down the street so no one ran it over. And, they're moving from their laydown yard up by Ridley's La Quinta, all the way down to Central Ely. So it'll be an interesting project to follow. And that's all I have. We're moving on to Roman number 4, public comment. Is there any public comment?
No.
Maureen?
George, do you have any public comment?
I thought she was gonna say
No,
something.
I'm not saying anything.
Then let it go, woman.
Now's the time.
Okay, so, Mr. Chachas,
Yes, ma'am.
the 3 minutes are yours.
Where I left off, there are still 3 street lights that are out within a block of, or less of the convention center. A couple have been out for months, the third for over a year. I reported that, nothing yet. The sport is not presenting a good picture for the downtown area. You don't have any skin in the game. I do. My neighbors do. Not to take care of lights within a 6-month period, let alone a year, is very, very poor at best. I'm not saying you have to do it, but you folks have representation on different entities that need to address this, and they haven't. So in that case, that's why I'm disappointed in you folks. Proper lighting means a lot to the downtown area. Walking around in the dark is not a good scenario for nobody, let alone us. Madam Chairman, the money that was given to the community choir for pigeon control needs to come back to this board. NRS forbids you from supporting a private business. They were not a 501c or a 501e or whatever. At the time they applied, they misled you. Failure to properly disclose or apply under false pretenses is a violation of the law. They do not even meet minimum ADA requirements. Excuse me, for the handicap to that facility. The building is not a public building. In the past, I think they scratched it off. They had a sign posted on the front of the building stating no soliciting, no loitering, no skateboarding, private property. I believe the private property sign is still there. You can't do that. Madam Chairman, I have an ongoing concern in regard to the Nevada Northern Railroad is continuing to get additional grant money from this board in addition to the $240,000 or more it received from room tax. Again, they are not operating under the Nevada open meeting law, and the citizen, the taxpayer, cannot see how the monies are spent. Again, they need to be cut off or held accountable. I remind you that Mr. Bassett manages and his wife is the bookkeeper. There must not be any nepotism. At a recent city council meeting held on September 19, 2019, the railroad was seeking to borrow approximately $450,000, and for what? We don't know. They have yet to report what their total debt is. Does anyone know? The city member should know and has a responsibility to disclose. Now, in addition to that, there are recent rumors that tens of thousands have been embezzled from the railroad. I don't know if that's true. I asked the city, I asked the county, and I'm asking you. Are any tour and rec board members on the Historical Railroad Board? There's an obligation to disclose if there is a problem. I don't know if embezzlement was from monies received from this board, from federal entities, or state entities. Also, there was another revelation, I don't know how true it is, at the last city council meeting, the
That's 3 railroad minutes,
Thank you, George.
Thanks,
has
George.
purchased Avenue A. I don't know
Okay,
if
we
that's
will go
true.
ahead with item number 5, Roman number 5, adjournment. Thank you all very much. We will see you in a month.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, thank you everyone for coming, and just, maybe we'll get Wayne that copy of the attractions and restaurants 5th version. He was on the 4th version.
He was on the fifth, this is, I'll give him the 6th one.
Oh, okay, this is
Yeah,
6th, okay.
That's right.
Thank you, because he's got a new July, so that's great.
Yep.
Thank you all very much.
I'll let him know what we can do and what we
Okay, good.
can't. And an email?
Which one's that one, facilities?
This one.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have the other one.
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachas reporting.